Okay, so let me see here. Who did I leave out here? There's a question. Right. The creatures, sirs, the roamers are ambush predators. They usually guard places. If they're going rogue, they would at least have a nest that they tend to frequent.
But what purpose were they built for?
Well, if they're here, I would assume long ago their, parents, I think is the word. They're older roamers. They would have had an area that was theirs that they had to guard.
Okay.
Alright.
As for the others,
That's
the
fine.
Fioras, they tend to hunt in packs.
How big is a pack?
The Furas are the small lizards.
Small lizards. They can be anywhere from 2 to 6 of them. Sometimes more based off how old they are.
Then let's try to find them and get
They
rid
are
of them.
right. The Furas are right outside our base. That's the small lizardy things we captured.
Well, those are actually babies.
Well, they're still the same species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe's
And
kind of
where
nods.
there's babies, there are mothers. So
Yeah, but if we kill their babies, aren't they going to be even more angry than they would be normally?
Oops. Maybe.
They have a short memory. I'm pretty sure they'll forget in about a few days. Let's just go and hunt them down.
Yeah.
Okay. We can.
I would look. So can we explore the area between the orchard and the seafront? I'm just gonna put a little.
You mean
To where I
like
think
from
we are.
here to here?
From here to here.
Because the orchard is down here.
Yeah. The orchard's in between that,
Okay.
that pink arrow starting and ending point.
Well, I mean, we could just search through because from base to orchard. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Searching,
do you want to
searching.
take a couple hours to
Okay,
get
we
walk
know
to the
how it
orchard
is.
looking around?
Yeah.
I say we first talk with Alara and see what we can do over there, and then go and hunt those. I mean, we're gonna get more information this way.
I agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
So meet with Arana and then
for-
look.
Yeah,
We
let's
can look
let's
for
get
them
to.
on the way. And
Uh,
then, if we stumble upon any, or we get ambushed, then
Yeah.
great. If not, then we still get to meet this woman or man.
So you
Mace,
said
can you
sorry.
can you
You said
can you,
look around first.
No, head to Arana first.
Okay.
yeah run it first?
Arana first at
And then
speed,
run.
and then come back slowly. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
I got you now. Carry on with your question.
So so Mace, you're one of the shapers in Clovis's eyes, is that right?
Nope, I'm not.
She
Was it
believes it's
some of us
Alex or James Falkenhager.
James. So yeah, so James, can you because Clovis thinks you're a shaper, can you just ask Clovis to wipe her recent memory to make sure she doesn't get overloaded while because we need her as a translation tool, really. Don't
Close.
Yes.
Is there a chance for your memory to get overloaded?
Well, I haven't heard of that happening before.
Then
I
don't
suppose
see
it's
why-
possible.
But it's possible, and is it more likely because you're away from your plinth?
No. I mean, I've
You
never
didn't
been
draw
away
any-
from my plinth, but
You've never been away from your plinth.
no.
Did you draw any magical energy or sustenance or anything from the plinth? Or from being inside the cave?
No.
No, okay.
It just, gives me a connection to the ground. Allow me to understand my area of control.
Okay.
If you're starting to feel bad, Chloe, tell me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Promise.
It's
Let's
really
go.
nice out here.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is. I've never been out before. She's kind of looking around in wonder at the sky and whatnot around you.
Well, get used to it because you're with us now, so we're gonna see all parts of this island.
And then you ask her what to do to say goodbye.
And thanks for the help.
She kind of tells you, I can just give you the language if you want.
No thanks.
Well, yes, I'd like it.
No,
Okay,
Let's-
we don't want. Okay.
we don't want the language yet. We don't know what effect it might have upon us.
Or her.
That's true.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going. Orana awaits.
Okay, so she kind of tells you how to say exactly what you wanted, James.
Then I say that to Hammond, and
And then she corrects you.
yeah, that's alright. Then I try to correct it.
Okay.
Flugenhagensaga.
Hammond eventually responds, and she huffs and kind of turns to you and says, he thinks you should, not take me with. I'm dangerous, according to him.
Well, that's not his decision.
So it's half the island.
I love
And
that
I
was fun. I love that was fun. That's just nothing to do with him. Goodbye.
Okay.
then you're up to Arana.
You have to make a quick DC check as you cross the area. Oh, hey, hang on, I need one of my other sheets.
Oh, ambush.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
As you travel in the middle of the forest. Almost there, actually. I can navigate this piece of paper. That's a thing I have training to do. Oh, it is daytime. I need a D12.
That's 8.
That's an interesting thing. Well, you all are traveling through the forest, and Chloe says, Masters, do you see the thing? And I need
thing?
perception checks, as you all kind of like, what?
Yes, I do.
Very perception.
Oh, wait, sorry. At the right there.
Mace does
No,
not.
he doesn't.
Like, oh no!
I'm sorry, Dave, you do not either. But James, on the other hand, rolled very
Go on,
high.
James.
James,
Right,
Chloe's,
I see the entire
asking
report.
you if you see it and kind of gesturing with her head off to the north. You see a lizard in the distance. Seems to be kind of sunning itself on the rock that it's on.
Kill it! No, I'm
All
joking.
right.
What's the tactical situation?
It's
I slowly unstrap my backpack and put it down on the ground, and then I draw my sword.
okay.
My sword
Things,
is now
things are
drawn.
getting serious.
And then I point out the lizard to the other two.
It's a lizard. Are there any other nearby?
Other ambush creatures, so
She
we might
doesn't
be
know.
in a clever situation.
Should we try to bomb rush it?
I'm gonna stick by Chloe's.
You do recognize it as a large creature, kind of golden in
Ooh.
color.
Oh,
What do you mean by large creature? Large creature
You
as
are
in-
medium creatures. It's bigger than you.
it's bigger.
It's gold in color.
Golden color. And
Do
from
you-
what
is
you
it
can
similar
see,
to the
it
other
seems to
creatures
be
we faced?
sleeping at the moment.
Maybe
Alright.
we should leave it to it.
No, I think this is a good opportunity for us. We should try to assassinate it.
You think we can kill that? It's the size of a dragon.
I'm not
No.
assassinating anything, man.
I would just like a few more divine inspirational abilities from, Saranre before I test my veracity against such a large and cumbersome beast.
And it's sleeping, there's no reason for us to wake it and kill
Okay,
it.
then let's go and find another one.
Well, we're heading to Orana, and
Yeah.
hopefully we might
I
find.
strapped my backpack back on.
I
I'm
cast
gonna-
Okay.
and
I
shoot
can't-
it for-
I cast guidance upon all of us as we sneak away.
Okay. That's probably wise. Can I get your stealth checks as I really quickly roll its perception, even though it's sleeping? There we go. I need it from
Where's
her.
my stealth? Where do I find stealth? Oh, there it is. Don't have much use stealth. Oh, awful. Oh my goodness. No!
So that's a nat 20 from one of you.
Yeah.
I like that you have no bonus and you still get that 20. Unfortunately, you're the only one that was stealthy. The creature kind of stirs and kind of pops its head up and looks at you guys.
Alright.
Oh, for Saranre's sake. Get me into these things.
It's about 65 feet away to the north.
Can we try
Okay.
and
Try
back
to keep
away
moving.
and act submissive? Like, as in, bow and leave. Bow and leave.
So,
As a
so
bow
Dave
and
tries
leave.
to kind of put it at ease and kind of back away from it. James, what were you saying to do?
I just continue walking away.
Okay.
With his stealthiness.
Yeah.
He wasn't very stealthy like you. Mace, however, clearly hid behind a tree just in case.
I stay still and don't move a muscle, as long as it's
Its
on my
vision
side.
is based off movement. I see.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
As a reference.
Oh. To a T-Rex.
Yes.
In a film once.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, they move away. Mace, you're behind the tree. The creature just kind of sits there on the rock, watching you all leave. Puts its head back down.
Good. And breathe. And keep walking. And breathe and keep walking.
I assume you kind of try to move to catch up to the Mace.
Yes, very slow.
Okay. Give me one more stealth check.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice.
Wow.
It also notices you and raises its head back up. And you see these frills kind of pop out from the side of its neck. Kind of like a Dimorphodon in the movie.
It's a dinosaur! Yeah.
Okay, like it.
Mm-hmm.
I slowly move away from it. From its side,
Should
from
we-
its side. From its side.
You don't hear it, but
Should
it
we
looks
try
like
and-
it's hissing.
Should we try and run? Should we try and make a run for it?
No. I keep walking in an even pace.
I'm gonna keep up with.
I'm gonna try to make myself as small as possible and get away from it.
Okay.
Yes. Look like
To
a prey.
quote one of my players from Group 3, are you squat walking away from it?
No.
Yes, I attempt to walk away from it.
Okay. It stays on the rock.
What are you doing?
Okay.
It's a reference to Skyrim.
I
All
asked
the
Lois,
references.
what sort of creature is that?
I don't know, sir. It might be one of the ones left from the island. The Shapers put a lot of things out to kill the creatures on the island, but they didn't really care. Some could have survived.
Alright.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, you eventually make it to the walled city inside the forest. There's a bunch of these creatures, the serviles, standing at the gate. They're not inspecting, but they're kind of letting people pass.
do we have a name for their race?
Based off what
Servile.
Chloe said, it's serviles.
Yeah, but that's surely not what they call themselves. And what race do you belong to? I'm the servile.
Oh, you can ask them.
Well, Chloe, like, did they have a race name?
They're serviles, master.
Yes, but surely they were called something else. Servile is what they do.
Well,
Like,
that was the name the Shapers gave them when they made them.
What is the name that they give themselves?
Well, I would be a rogue, I don't know.
well, let's go to the gate and ask them before we go in.
So you approach the gate. There's a couple guards here and there. They all kind of notice that you have something in the backpack.
Can I just check? Are we back here now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right there.
Greetings.
Greetings, they say to Clovis, and Clovis responds back to you, letting you know what it is.
We are here to see Arana.
They kind of point you back towards the hutch in the middle of town.
Yeah, I figured. I walked to the hut. I say the goodbye thing I learned earlier.
They respond in kind.
And then I walk over to that.
Okay. None of you try to talk like you said?
Oh, you're right. What do you guys call yourself as a group?
Clovis asks that, and they kind of look at each other. It's clear that they don't really want to talk to Clovis. Eventually, one of them speaks up, and she kind of quirks her head a bit, and then kind of looks back at you, and up at you, I should say, and says they call themselves. Hang on. I had the name, and then it was out of my head. Whoops. They call themselves the Forgotten.
Oh, they call themselves an adjective. Okay.
All right. Did you get your answer, down there?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. Then I head to the tent.
Okay.
Oh no, the hut. I mean.
It's a hutch. That's what they're calling
Sorry,
it.
type of verb. I don't know why I said adjective. It's a type of verb.
Okay. So they have the doors open still. I mean, there's no doors in the building.
All right. I walk inside and I ask for Arana.
They point you at
Arana,
the
the
middle
great-
of the building to the garden area.
Yeah.
Rana the Great Unremembered, the Neglected.
You
The
see
out
her,
of mind
this
Ray.
female servile in a chair, just kind of reading out in the garden.
Yeah. I walk over to her.
Okay.
I follow.
Are you Arana?
Chloe quickly translates for you, going back and forth. Greetings, I am Arana. I see you have brought a servant mind. You should
A
keep a
what?
close eye on that.
What did you call it?
This is Chloe. She's my friend,
Clovis repeats that
and
she is called a servant mind.
translate.
She's called a servant mind.
Yes,
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
that's what her species is. Any other Clovis-like creatures, servant minds.
Yeah,
As an SERVANTMIND.
Yes.
Servant mind. Okay.
But back on point, Arana kind of shrugs at you naming it and repeats so that Clovis can repeat back to you that I don't care what it is called, I just care that it doesn't affect our life.
Everything affects your life at all times.
That is true than most.
Alright, let's not be philosophical about it.
Yeah,
Arana,
I'm a paladin, and all I do is philosophers.
That's true.
what question do we want to ask Arana?
We were told to come see you.
We were, the village members told us to come see you.
Hamon and Kran of the town over.
I actually have a better speech written than what I have in my notes, so hang on, let me open up my proper document. I really should have reprinted.
Woo! We get a speech. We
You get a speech. Should be at the right one now. No? I am off by 2 pages. Alright. Yes, I'm sure he did send you. I'm so much happier you have brought someone who can at least speak our language. That was rather difficult to try to convey to you the other day.
It was quite difficult to understand as well.
Yeah.
Well, if you're here, I actually have a request, if you don't mind.
Anything, Your Great and Royal Majesty, Highness.
We don't do
Sir.
that here.
Okay.
I am merely a keeper. Keeper of knowledge and a keeper of traditions.
Were you the head keeper?
I'm the keeper of our people.
I'm more like the goalkeeper.
Let's not be silly now, Mr. Paladin.
She
It's not all
calls
about
out
sport.
Korax and... Oh, hang on. I'm missing the other name. Korax and Celine. You at least recognize these names. And the 2 serviles to the northeast and northwest come out of their little rooms and come over. They kind of stand to either side of her. Korax on her left, your right. And Celine to the right and your left. But the point is, she says these are the learned amongst us. They keep our lore, our knowledge.
Alright.
And what's this great task that we may accomplish from you?
Well, if you don't mind, I would like to describe what's happened over the years of this island, so you can understand
Yeah,
why we're in the situation
carry
we're
on.
in.
Oh, the history!
ahead.
Oh, I sit down, I take a little cross-legged position, and I look intently at the Queen and Keeper.
Okay. But long ago,
Story
50
time.
years after the Shapers abandoned us here, the Serviles had gathered in the ruined city of Soriente. Without the Shapers around, we scraped a living together in that space. Few vegetables grew there, but the orcs multiplied into vast herds. One day, an upset and angry Servile stopped in the street and shouted at us. Shapers abandon us! They want us die! We take our free! Close kind of stops translating there for a moment and speaks to the masters, Jane in this case. I think she is very rogue. Their whole species must be at this point.
Possibly.
Don't worry, Clovis. We will exterminate them when the time comes.
Whoa. We will do no such thing.
I'm just taking your ear and saying, I'm lying, you idiot.
Yeah, I'm a paladin, I don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
But go along with it.
Anyway, Clovis continues relaying the information. Of course, so great was our devotion at the time, he was slain immediately by stoning. Over the years, that desire to take our freedom grew. A third of us went to live in the West. They claimed we'd been abandoned. They wanted to overthrow any remaining Shapers, taking power and scratching a living in the cold, uncaring world. It was rather dangerous for them there, and we are told they faced great difficulty and continue to do so. Similar to them, Keeper Elra, the wisest of our learned serviles at the time, took another third of us here, to the northeast. He taught us to be equal in stature to the Shapers. We would never serve them again, and accept that we had been forgotten by them. At this corner of the island, he told us to build our grand city. And while no rogues have ever stopped this construction and lifestyle, they have harmed our members. The last of our population stayed there in the south, patiently waiting the return of their masters. I fear they wait and die in vain as they passively accept the life around them. The last news of them came 20 years ago. They'd abandoned the great city to live in huts outside it. I have the desire and care for our forgotten brothers and sisters of the abandoned and traditionalist movements, and I hope that you will be our ambassadors to go forth and bring them here. We should reunite as a people.
So we're going to both the angry ones and the loyal ones?
That's your assumption of what she's asking, yes.
Why would you deny them their own way of life if you're all about freedom?
I do not deny them the way of life, but the abandoned to the west are they scrape a living out of nothing there, and I care that we all reunite as a people, even if we have different ideals. I will even say that Keeper Elra in the past was slain, and we believe it was by them. We would welcome them here as brothers and sisters against the Shapers.
Against the Shapers?
We no longer plan to serve them. We don't know that we would go in war against them, but we definitely do not serve them. I think we can find middle ground at least.
We can talk to them, but I can't guarantee anything.
We will return when we can, and bring you news of how fares our endeavor.
I would appreciate that.
Have you got any tokens or anything that we could take to help us on our journey?
Yeah, like why would they trust us?
I have no
Well, 'cause we
suggestion
have a
on why they
paladin
would
on the
trust
team.
you. I don't know that they
Who's the
would.
paladin?
Quite frankly, the
Who's
only other
paladin as well?
people on this island are ourselves. If you come here to introduce yourself, they might think you Shapers and attack. I do not know.
Well, why didn't you think of Shapers?
Please, you do not wear the robes or the trappings of one.
So we can change?
Hold on a second. Do you have the robes or trappings of a Shaper?
Hmm?
Chloe asked them if they have the robes of a Shaper.
If they have them, no. Now they do dress in robes, and they say that the robes are in traditionalist garb in service to the Shapers because that's what they grew up with, what every Servile has grown up with. but they do not have the proper and distinguished robes of a shaper.